All right. All righty then.
Here we are.
Here we
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Well,
Hi.
can you
Um,
believe how fast this year has flown by?
no, even and especially since Thanksgiving to now.
Yeah.
Whee! Really
Boom.
fast.
Yes,
Yeah, really fast.
absolutely. Sometimes
Yeah.
I think it's because I'm taking more naps.
Oh, is that it?
But,
Oh,
it could just
yeah.
be that perception of joy of not having to worry about something so much, or,
Yeah.
maybe it's the anticipation that something really good's right around the corner. So I am grateful that it has gone whoop and out the
I know.
window.
I know. Whoop de doo, huh?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
exactly.
Oh, I just turned in my grades for my eighth and ninth classes that I
Wow.
had last term,
Wow.
and I have off until the second. It's
Oh,
amazing. I do have to prep some classes for those times, but it's not, don't have to check in all the time. So that's
sure.
helpful.
Sure.
Yeah.
So do you have
Yeah.
some fun things in the works planned for your time off? Nothing?
Well, if the weather cooperates, I'm supposed to meet up with a really wonderful gal who's
Oh.
coming to town, and then on Friday I'm supposed to be at a wedding, my daughter's wedding, but we'll see about the weather. We'll see how
Uh-huh.
that goes.
Yeah.
And yeah, so pretty much that's. How about yourself?
Well, I'm going to be flying up to the northern Washington, up to Washington, to meet with a really sweet, wonderful friend, and, and I and I can't wait because I have a feeling I'm bringing several hugs with me.
Oh, that's nice.
But again, weather permitting, so we
Yeah,
just have to go with the flow.
go with the
And
flow. I know.
yeah,
Go with
and
the
let it
flow.
snow, let it snow, let it snow. The weather pattern has been really, really interesting. We watch this guy. I don't even know what part of the country he's from, but it's like, hey y'all, and he talks about all the weather systems that are coming in. He has storm chasers that run
Oh
around.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
and he's been talking about this particular event that's happening with this cold front coming down. He
Yeah.
said it's going to be the coldest Christmas on record from the last 50 years.
I believe it's like -30 in some places,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
snow in
yeah,
places that they haven't had snow. So
right.
it is an interesting sort of thing that we can watch and know about. Nice thing about internet or YouTube or TV or any of that is now we get to see it from all over the place, not just
That's
from,
true.
our
That's
little neck of the wood where my mom used to say, "Honey, be a weatherman." And I'm like, "Why?" And she goes, "Because there's a 50% chance that you'll get it right and a 50% chance that you won't."
It
And those
seems
are
the 50% chance that you won't is really what happens most of the time.
right now it does, but she says, just say what yesterday was.
Yeah. Well, there's one place you could live. It's called Diego Garcia. It's a base, one of the bases for the military. And every day the guy comes on, they just keep looping it, and it says, "Hi, it's going to be really hot today and sunny. You're going to have a great day." And the next day is
Oh
the
my
same.
gosh. Yes. Oh
So
my
you got
gosh.
to live in
How
the
funny is
predictable
that?
time.
The same
Yeah.
loop, right?
Yes,
Now,
that's
Hypnosis
true.
was talking about an earthquake in Northern California. I'm in
Yeah,
Northern California.
I know. And you didn't know
I
about
don't
it?
know. No, I
No?
don't know about an earthquake.
Okay, tell us about it, Hypnicity, if you can. Where is it centered? Because she is in Northern California, but you're more inland. You're not on the water, right? You're more towards Sacramento that way.
I'm more toward Reno, Nevada.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
more
And I
toward
lived in Reno, so I understand. Eureka, she says. It's in Eureka.
Eureka. There's a funny story about Eureka.
Oh
No,
yeah?
it's Yreka. No,
Oh, that's no, yeah, Eureka is a different one.
Eureka. Yeah, Yreka was um, an old mining town where they had a bakery that had a flag that always blew the B off. So
Oh.
as the flag would turn around, and so people would read it as Yreka. It's instead of bakery, it came out backwards with the B missing.
Okay. Cool.
I'm probably not telling that right.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
Yep. Okay, so it was in Humboldt County, off
yeah,
the
Humboldt.
coast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Anita. Wow. So I guess we have about 14 people here, so we can start recognizing some of them. Kate let me know this morning that when we come on, sometimes you guys aren't even here yet, and it clips. So that's why we just decided to talk about mundane stuff.
We should have a 2-minute introduction. Yeah, a little music. Pour yourself a coffee.
I know. There you go. So, Anne, I know it's summer there, but the weather's been super squally and subtropical rain. Wow. So it's everywhere. We're all getting kind of weird weather patterns. And gee, but I don't know why. Do you think maybe, just maybe, we might have a little bit of climate change problem? But nobody wants to claim that. So we'll see. Okay. Hey, everybody. So a 6.4 magnitude in Northern California's Eureka early Tuesday is what happened. Thank you for letting us know, Hypnicity. We'll send lots of love to everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. So hi, Ann Simpson down under. It's nice to see you, dear. Ricky. Yes. Hi, Lori. I'm glad to see you, Lori. Warrior Girl, Craig Dixon, Nita Garola. Sorry. Who else is here? Oh, Earth Angel, Plucky Heroine. And who else? Did I miss anybody? Don't want to miss anybody. Oh, there's Dream Detective Kate. Okay. No. Hi, Arlene. Hey, Arlene.
Yeah. It's confirmed. I'm here.
So we have Ann Simpson coming to us from down in New Zealand, and we have Arlene way up in Thunder Bay. So yeah, we got a whole, and then we got the Juno Sphere. Hi, Juno.
Hi, Juno.
Oh, it's good to see all of you guys. It really is. So a couple of things we want to talk about. We're going to try to make this now a Tuesday show at this time, unless something, comes up that we can't. But we're looking forward to it. We're hoping that you will also share some dreams with us or bring us some kind of wonderful time to spend with us. There are a lot of different things that we can talk about, including lucid dreams, daydreams. What are your dreams? What are your visions? We could talk about all those things over this period of time. And Kate monitors our Dream Detective email, which is thedreamdetectives@gmail.com. And it's easier for you to type your dream, I would think, into an email than it would be to put it on here. But we still welcome people to do that. What else do we? Oh, the next week on the 30th, I'm having a New Year's Hopes and Wishes show, which is my second installment of it. I had one last year, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of guests are coming. So you'll have to stop by and see us. It is a 2-hour window that we'll be on because there's a lot of people. But if everybody is not interested after like an hour and a half and no one's here, then we can certainly close it up. But we'll be here for that period of time. And I'm not on.
That's going to be a really fun show.
I think so. Oh, we had fun last year. It'll be even more fun this year.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting my party hat. And my little woohoo.
Yeah, dress up and mess up.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. What I would like to do also is to bring up this last year about this time, Anne Marie from who also does astrological things. She does things mostly with I think past lives. I think so. But she also works with the ETs and can tell us what our starseed origins are by looking somewhere in the chart. And I don't know if Valerie can do that, but if Valerie can do that, then we'll bring her on too and see if she can let us know what we are. I think you might have to know what time you were born, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just going to share with you a few things I looked up after I found out where I was from. And also an interesting gift that I got when I was in high school from a boy that had a crush on me that didn't make any sense until I found out where I was from.
Oh.
Starseed.
Okay.
So at that point, this kid wrote me a poem. And he said, and it was very flowery at the time, and I was not interested. Unfortunately, he wasn't my type. But he said that something about the stars were as bright as Andromeda, And Andromeda is where I am originally star-seeded. But Andromedas can also be Sirians, Pleiadians, Lyrians, and silver dolphins. So I don't know specifically if there's something else that I am, but I went and looked everything up about Andromedans because I just was really interested in it. Did you ever find out yours before, Kate? Have you ever considered it? No? Okay.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't researched it.
Uh-huh. Okay. So Warrior Girl, I'm sorry, Hypnicity. How do you find out where you're from? Well, you have to have your birth time, date, and all that stuff. And then the astrologer can tell you. That's how I found out. It's something in the chart that tells you. So mine was Andromeda. And the star seeds came to Earth to help humanity. Old souls lived many lives and bring new technology and holistic forms of healing. And in this galaxy, I explained what different ones there are. Some of the traits are this. I'm so connected to these traits that I'm just blown out of the water. I have a good balance of male and female energy, and I do. I always have felt androgynous in a lot of ways. So, which is not to be mistaken for transgendered or any of that stuff, just that I have this balance there. And as a Libra, I have the balance. It says here that I need to look to the moon energy to tell me where that is helpful. And my moon energy is in Pisces. So that's why I get so hurt, very easily hurt. So this is really interesting. The next one is you crave freedom and you're not a fan of the government. I move a lot. I change friends and I switch partners.
Wow.
And I've been married 4 times. I've been married 4 times. And but maybe I got over that, And as far as switching friends, I don't think it's that I switch them. I just think that they run their course at times, or we just part ways. We get what we can from each other and then we go whatever it is. So I don't think it's like, well, I'm going to dump you and get this person instead. I don't think that's it. But I thought it was fascinating because that's very true. It says you seem confident but struggle with self-love. You might think people don't care about what you say, so you don't speak up. I've been there. But you'll step into full power eventually. You love the beach. You love traveling. You're a teacher and a guide. You try to inspire other people. You love to read. Andromedans are our future selves visiting us from a very far future. And what am I reading now? Future memory.
Wow.
It says I'm both logical and creative.
Yeah.
I see that. I see that very much so. You aren't egotistic, but you just want to be of service to humanity. Also, it says you lack bragging. And I think you heard the story where my chair told me I needed to speak up for what I can do. And I don't feel comfortable with that.
Right.
So I understood that.
Yeah.
I may be tempted to live off grid. I pretty much do, except I am tied into the grid here, but I'm way out in the quietness. You hate authority. Yeah. Also could be warriors. I mean, there's just so many, but those things just smack me in the face. And so it's so much fun, and it just gives you a little bit of a different look on yourself, because you can look at yourself astrologically for your sign and your moon and your and all that. But
I just wanted to mention, isn't Pisces also very intuitive? They're very fluid, right?
Yes,
so it's that
true.
intuitive in the higher sense.
Yeah.
So that is amazing. That is just absolutely amazing that could be targeted so much to you exactly the way. I mean,
I know.
I perceive you that way. So if you relate to it, then it's like, wow.
Yeah. Because we all have our own insecurities. Not everybody knows what they are, but it's like when you can see those two in there, it's like, wow, this is amazing.
Wow, that's awesome.
I know
awesome.
it
I love
is.
that show, and you're planning that show for the new year, in the new year? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. And the woman, again, tell everybody her name, what the show is.
Anne-Marie, who
Finding Your Seed?
Yeah, finding it. And but maybe Valerie can figure it out too. I don't know. Or we could have them both on. That would be wonderful. But
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just a lot of fun. It's just, it's like astrology. People go, oh, I don't know enough about it or whatever. But then when you start reading things that resonate with you, you begin to think, oh, that's very, very interesting that, the different ways of looking at things. So I want to shout out to Betsy Palmer. Thank you, dear. Oh, you had a chat. Okay, we'll have to go over to Jonathan Daly's channel and check you guys out. Thank you, Betsy. Aloha and Melikaliki Maka. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Yeah, there you go. All right. So Juno said she sent you an email with a dream in it just now. Do you want us to look at that, Juno, and have Kate talk about it? Or Kate, do you want to wait until the next show? What do you want to do?
I did not check the email this morning. I'm so sorry. I could go off camera and bring it on. Would that work?
As long as Juno doesn't care if we share it here. Okay. That's fine, Juno. Let us know. Juno, okay. Yeah, go ahead and I'll keep yakking and let you go check. All right. Oh, your picture should be sad cancer. All right. All right, Juno. Thanks, dear. Thank you so much. Yeah. I resonate with being from Andromeda and heard we see things from a higher perspective and have a strong sense of right and wrong. Yeah. Yep. I do feel that. Well, of course, I'm a Libra too, so I've always got to have that balance. And so it made sense to me, Warrior Girl, that I could, resonate with some of the aspects of being a starseed. And I guess we all are starseeds from a different, we've lived other lifetimes off this planet. But I did just recently read that this is the hardest place to learn and grow. It's harder than living anywhere else and doing anything else. So by signing up to being here on this planet at this time, we have made a commitment to real heaviness, I guess is the best word I want to say. And yet there are ways for us to lift up and uplift what it is that we need to do and share. And fortunately, just finished my series today. I had 2 more installments, and one of them was running earlier, and there'll be another one later today on lifting our vibrations and how we can respond to that. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Yes, it is especially difficult these days. Absolutely. Don't know. Kate and I were talking about the January 6th hearing yesterday. And I just want to say, she and I had similar feelings about Jamie Raskin and the power that he came, power, but not pomposity. He wasn't pompous. He wasn't egotistical. He was like, this is the way it is. And this is I got goosebumps from him. I really did. I just really felt, yeah.
Really it's that authenticity.
It is.
It's that he
walks his talk.
Yeah, he's totally in who he is, in his path, on his path, doing exactly what he was sent to do. And that strength just radiates out as this powerhouse, this fierceness. It's tremendous. It's so amazing to watch. I do have the email.
Oh, good. Okay. And Juno says it's fine for you to share it. So,
okay. So I'm just going to read it then. And if you want to, okay.
And I did get 2 other questions, and we'll definitely get back to you that I've already, for those questions.
Was I gone that long?
No, it was earlier before we started.
I'm teasing. Okay. So Juno says, I had a dream last week that I was in the company of my earthly shaman, whom I work with in real life. He had me climb up to a high, rocky location with no way to get back down, except for one. I was faced with tremendous drop-off in the front of me. There was a very thick, prickly rope hanging down. I could not totally grasp it with both hands. It was so thick, about two-thirds of the way down, it was tied in a knot. My shaman told me to grab the rope so that I could descend back to terra firma. I was very resistant to do this, as I have a bad knee and worried about landing safely, and I am afraid of heights. This dance between us, him encouraging me and me hesitating, went on for a long time. Then the sun started to go down, and I had to descend before dark, or I would be in even more danger. So I decided to take the leap. As soon as I reached out for the rope, I was safely on the ground again, floated down to the earth like a feather. I never even touched the prickly rope. It was very liberating. Any thoughts? I know. Wow.
No, no.
That is just a gorgeous, gorgeous dream.
It really is.
Mhm.
Obviously it was your perception, but it was more the physical perception that you had limitation, but your shaman knew you had no limitation, and that's where the argument kept going on and on. You know, it didn't matter about your knee, it didn't matter about your height, fear of heights. It was just you need to release and trust,
Yeah.
and you finally did. That's my first feeling. But
Yeah. That tug of war that we all have between fear and trust, between
yeah.
love and fear. When
Mhm.
when a decision is based in love and trust, that love supports. That love supports. Fear is what tears down.
Right.
So in making the absolute choice to say yes and make the leap. I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting that it isn't just a fall,
Right.
right?
No, it isn't a fall. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. Okay,
It
I'm gonna
is, and
close my
she did not need
eyes.
the rope. She didn't need the rope.
No.
She didn't, you know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I think it was
It
so
would be life
beautiful.
changing for me too, because
Yes,
really you have everything that you need, Juno, in order to take the leap, and you did.
you did. Congratulations, darling, because that is definitely a level up.
It
That is
is.
the universe saying, we want you to join us on this next journey. This is your new chapter. We
Yeah,
are taking you out of the old and
yeah,
presenting you with what is new.
yeah.
And I am so excited for you because that is so fun. I
It
mean, it's
is. It's
not fun when you're in the dream, right? It's like,
yeah, yeah. I
"Ah,
know.
don't put me there.
Well, you
Seriously,
know,
can I have an
it
elevator,
is.
please?"
Well,
Yeah.
I was looking at old pictures of things that happened in our country like a while ago, and there were these bunch of guys sitting like on the Empire State Building, just on this little tiny thing, and they're hanging there. And I can't even see that, and I think, oh my God, how can they do that? And but I was wondering, Juno, if you what realized you were in a dream at the time you were in the dream, and did you make it more lucid, or is just the epiphany that you had that it was getting dark and it was time to go, you had no more time, you know, this is, you're hanging by, you would have been hanging by a thread even though you didn't touch the rope.
Right.
Oh, it was lucid. Okay.
Listen. So,
Oh,
have you since the dream had an opportunity to talk to the shaman and ask
yeah.
if the shaman remembers the dream? Because
Uh-huh.
it may have been a mutual meetup dream where the information was shared
Maybe.
spiritually.
Yeah,
It's so exciting. I
it
hope
is.
that, in either case, if he remembers the dream, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's he, she, um, remembers the dream, then that's one of those visitation ones with people on, the earth. They're not
Mm-hmm.
they're not crossed. You can still do those as well.
Right. Right.
And then if in the event that there isn't the memory, it may be for you, your guides gave you the symbol of the shaman
Mm-hmm.
because it would be a trusted,
Oh, it's
loving.
Danny. Okay. It's Danny Shea. That's her shaman. Okay.
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 So shared it with her. He did
So,
not say that he had any knowledge, but they agreed with the ultimate message. Yeah, because they've given you a symbol. So
right.
now when Danny shows up in your dreams, you'll know that this is angelic, this is spiritual, this is from higher source giving you the information that says you can trust what I'm giving you. Here's the gift. We're laying it at your feet. Go ahead and open it, which is
Mm-hmm.
really quite beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So Danny Shea is her shaman.
Yeah. Oh, he's quite evolved. He really is. And he does all those beautiful Sundays with Spirit, and he spends a lot of time outside, and yeah, he's very, very connected. Well, I just, wow.
That's exciting. Thank you for letting us share this.
Oh, absolutely. It was just such a spiritual dream. It's beautiful. And
it's so good.
What I'm reading now, which isn't about dreams, but it's about making future memories. It's about, well, actually, even in the Hawkins books, he says, if you can do something just to lift your vibration up, that it brings the rest of the planet with it. So not only did it increase your vibration and that you let go and let God, so to speak, but you also have now elevated yourself to the level of consciousness that's growing and moving ahead. Yeah.
Right. It's just, the thing about dreams for me is just the awareness to open the conversation. That life doesn't have to stop, or spiritual life doesn't have to stop just because you've closed your eyes.
That's right.
It continues, and they continue to want to help you while the body is restoring. So that's why I chose the dreams, because so many times it's ignored. It's like, oh, it's, what I ate for dinner. And sometimes it is what I ate for dinner.
It's spaghetti. Yeah.
And sometimes it's a warning not to,
don't eat that shit. Yeah, that's right.
Just stop doing that. But it is an exciting exploration.
And Danny was talking, he was operating, though, from the level of, when he responded to you, perhaps, he was more talking from the level of physicality than he would shaman, because once he's in that higher shaman state, he vibrates differently, and he wouldn't even realize maybe that he wouldn't have been patient. I don't think he would have been a shaman if he wasn't that patient. But hi, Andrea. Hi. So thank you. That was wonderful, and I love it. And I think I would write it down. I would write the date down that I did it, and not all dreams are going to be this beautiful and insightful and uplifting for all of us, but that just shows you that it's a work in progress, and we can all do it. Yeah.
And Valerie's in the chat, so we have to say hi, Valerie.
Yes, she's driving. Hi, Valerie. I was going to say hi, and we were talking earlier about star seed placements in the charts, and I hopefully you might be able to figure that out for us. I know Anne Marie did earlier, and she might be able to help you learn about it if you're interested. But these folks are wondering what. And there's something in the chart, and don't ask me because I don't know enough about it. So, but I knew that I was Andromedan, and that's what Anita was wondering what she was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and Andrea's here too.
I know.
Yeah. In. They must have gotten the notification.
I got the notification.
Yeah. Got their cup of coffee going.
You know what? I'll keep my eye out for you, Hypnicity. I'm sure there are shamans here. And there certainly are enough tribes that are around here in the Washington area. And not that you have to be Native American, but there are a lot of Native American tribes. So if I find anything, I'll certainly let you know. Absolutely. And Anita, if you can find out what time, what place, and of course, the date of your birthday. If you can find those three things out, we may be able to find out what your star seed is. Yeah.
Maybe we should put out a little announcement at the bottom of the upcoming announcement that says, have this information ready if you can resource it. So
yeah, definitely. So Anne had left this question earlier, and I didn't want to go over it because she's also on a different time schedule than us. So why don't you go ahead and see if you can answer that question for her, dear?
So dreaming, of course, is that state where stuff is happening in front of you and with you, but it's more like a motion picture. With lucid dreaming, you're interacting, you're actually speaking. You can see your hand. If you put your hand out, you can move your hand through the front of you. You can see your feet. You can see marshmallows going into your pockets. You have sorry, I keep
all right. It's a marshmallow world.
Right. So for lucid dreaming, you have an understanding that you are actively participating within the dream state. So, and that can take place at any part of the dream, in any time, and at any moment. There are ways that you can develop that skill so that, well, to build up so that you know that you're actually lucid. One of the main ways that I heard at first was look for your hand.
Ah,
Look for your hand. Raise your hand within the dream, and if it moves across the scenery too quickly, the scenery will actually dissolve.
oh,
So whatever it is that whatever it is that you're dreaming will disappear, because then you will be in control of where you want to go. Also, inviting your guides and angels to make themselves known to you in the dream so that they can nudge you and say, hey, come on, let's go do this. We want you to remember this. We want you to
hmm,
participate with us.
right.
So I hope that that's helpful. Do you want to add anything to that, Allie? Does that?
No, Andrea said that it's semi-awake. It's non-ordinary. I would say that the only thing I want to add is something that just happened to me, and that was when I was listening to Dina, and she was doing her voice, uh, light language singing, and I was laying on the bed, and I was I wasn't sleeping, but it was almost like a daydream that I had, and that's when my brother came in and said, this is really cool shit. He just, that would be what my brother would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, and I wanted to stay with it. Sometimes I think if we're aware it's a lucid dream though, and we're like so surprised and confused by it, we might wake ourselves right up. Do you think that's possible?
It is possible. It's
Okay.
also possible to re-enter the dream and finish it. So,
Ah,
that moment where you have to get up and go do something, and then you go back to sleep, and you go, "Oh, that was a really good one. How do I get back in there? Take me
uh-huh, uh-huh.
back, bring me
Yeah.
up, Scotty." So, yeah, all of it's possible. All of it's real. It's about understanding the communication within the spirit world. That it's
Uh-huh.
an active communication. It's not.
Right.
It's not something that just happens every now and then. They are actively
They're
wanting
actively
to
working with you.
participate with us. And,
Yep.
the more that we listen, the more that we see, the more that the spontaneous, exciting little surprises drop out of the blue in your life. And you
Hmm.
know that, wow, they really did listen, or wow, look at that. That was so much fun. Then you'll participate even more easily, because you'll have the confidence to understand that that's what's happening, that we're not just walking around like zombies. We're
Right. Right.
participating with everything. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
Definitely.
daydream, night dream, however you want to do it.
Hmm.
You can even be lucid when you're under anesthesia.
Sure.
So,
That's
it's really, really quite varied. I think it's that active participation within the state.
mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
when the body's not, maybe.
Yep. Yep. She says it's done by groups who dream together using the drum beat. The drum is called the horse that carries us to non-ordinary. Yeah, I agree with that.
Hmm.
Those types of things can really carry you into something. So I remember now, I don't remember too much specific, but I have repetition dreams quite often. And I have dreams I am in a motel or hotel. I'm always in and out of a hotel. And I always take that as temporary. So I'm in a temporary housing.
Yes.
my body my
Yeah.
body's temporary
Different
housing,
condition. Yeah.
but it's also has to do with travel, right? Because
Yeah.
if you're most of the time, if you're in a hotel, it isn't because you live there or something. Mostly it's traveling here and there.
And you like
So I'm thinking I may be way out there and I got to stop and take a rest before I go home.
You're just in an overnight. It's just a pit stop. So you can get some few Z's in your
Yeah,
Z.
right.
The Z's in a
So
Z.
it's like a dream within a dream. That's another thing I think people are confused about. Can you have a dream within a dream?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can, can't
Mm-hmm.
you? Yeah. I mean, it
Right
could
on.
get complicated if you have a dream within a dream within a dream, but we won't go there. But yeah, there's some
Yeah.
layers, shows the layers.
You
Yeah.
might need John Malkovich for that one.
So Anne says, thank you. Her logical mind needed a specific definition, but for my spiritual self mind, it's mixed. Yeah, I agree, Anne. I agree. Um, we have those balance. We have to balance those two things. In the series, I was saying one of the last things I was talking about today is how we a lot of people that become more spiritually involved become hermits because they don't really want to deal with anybody right around here anymore. And I think that that's why monks go and sequester or go to cloisters or whatever they do. And there's a lot of older people that, and I've gotten that way as I've gotten older. I don't like going out as much as I used to. I could never stay home. I had to go here, I had to go there. But now it's like, I just really want to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's totally unusual for me, but it makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what else we got. Yeah. All right. You dreamt that you were dreaming.
There you go.
Yeah. Yes, Juno, me too. I'm in hermit mode. So I dreamt that I was dreaming. Yeah.
Well, sometimes a dream within a dream can represent a creative solution. So it is, relax, trust, go to sleep. The answers will change. Your situation may even change by a new day. Just from waking up in the new day, your situation may have, the energy around it may have changed.
Yeah.
And how you feel about it may be revealed in the dream within the dream. So the secondary dream, you can be shown that this is not something to fret over, that the whole situation can turn on a dime.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to know what was inside the second dream, what the circumstances were that you realized, Princess and the Pea and up on 18 mattresses,
How did you still feel it? Yeah. How did you feel that? It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And a lot of it has to do with your perception of the dream at the particular time that you dreamt it, or what you're going through in your own life as well.
Right.
And how stressed out that you are. But I remember reading, I don't know if it was Einstein that said it. We give a lot of credit to him for a lot of things, but I don't know. But somebody popular said, you cannot solve a problem with the mind that created it.
Einstein, I think.
Was that him? Yeah. So if you are awake and you have a problem and you can't solve it, if you go to sleep, you have a different mind. You're in a subconscious state. You're in this other energy. And so that makes perfect sense. What you said made perfect sense.
Absolutely.
That now it's being able to be accessed because you're able to get to the lower or the other deeper levels of consciousness.
Right. So I had a really interesting dream last night that I would love to have your intuitive take on. My husband works for a gentleman whose wife has been really, really ill. And so we haven't seen them and, been very concerned about her. When we got notified that she wanted to tell us something and to go up the hill and from behind the pine trees. So we never actually saw her. She was like speaking to us through the woods, through the pine trees. She said, I need to tell you that Russ was in the hospital and has died. And we never even saw her, but returned home with this incredible sadness that here we thought she was the one that was ill when it actually was him. And of course, we phoned this morning and everyone's doing well. And she's getting better. She's up and around.
Right.
So I know this was not prophetic.
Right.
So within the symbolism of my husband's boss, the forest, the voice through the trees, he's passed. Something has changed
Something's changed.
Yeah, something has changed. And that particular thing is in transformation.
Yeah, absolutely. And it could be actually her, but it also could be your husband. All the entities that are in the dream are parts of your husband, right?
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Really interesting.
Yeah. So does this man pass on any knowledge to your husband? Is there some sort of mentorship that goes on between the two of them at all?
Other than a really sweet friendship, no.
Okay.
Yeah. John's the problem solver.
Okay. But wow.
I know I might have to just let that one simmer because
you have to, I think.
Yeah, I think so, because it may have to do with a collaboration project that John and I were working on that's transforming, that we need to be told that it's transforming, and that the voice that's coming through is one of hidden but yet supported.
It's that still small voice. It's that voice. And and if she was in altered state of consciousness herself, you tapped into maybe her altered state, and maybe that's when she transformed from being ill to getting better.
Oh, that's
So,
interesting too.
yeah.
Although I didn't actually see her, only heard.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen her in the physical since she's been sick either, have you? No.
No.
Right? No, you only have to rely on what you know.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's weird,
So,
huh? It is
yeah, it is weird. It
unravel it.
is.
It's like, which
Yeah.
piece goes where? Oh, I
Well, it
wanted.
was like, yeah, it was like when I got the message that my father and brother and I were on a funeral carriage that time, and it was my mother that was dead, and I thought it was going to be one of them. See, but it should have made sense to me that if they're with me, somebody's back there. Who is it? It's got to be my
Right.
mother. You know?
Or what
So,
is it?
yeah.
Or what is it?
What is it?
I had a class recently with Medium Kim, and she
Mhm.
talked about taking a moment and writing out a color, and then asking yourself, what does that color represent to you? So that you could even go one more layer deeper into the dream by what color the person is wearing, by what color the room is, by whether you're in light or in dark, whether you're, when Juno talked about the rocky climb, that struggle to get up to the
The
top,
struggle. Yeah.
to level up, just to level.
Yeah.
Trust
And then
me.
how the hell do you get? Where do you go from here? Where do
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Yeah,
I got to either jump or I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Is it the DoorDash guy with the brown bag at the door? I
like that guy. I like that guy.
I don't even do that. But I mean, he was so cute. Like, but yeah, to take a look at how you feel about colors was a really interesting concept. Another layer of interpreting what you are experiencing.
Okay.
So, what do we have from Lady Soul?
Well, this is a dream that her hubby had, that he was standing in the dark and he had yellow cat eyes staring at him and they were floating. It came at him fast and woke him up, and this really frightened him. All right.
Okay. Standing in the dark. Okay. So that's in a place of unknowing. That's in a place of questioning or transition. The dark can often be what happens before, of course, night to day, dark to light. It can also be a place of comfort if you want to hide. So if you are needing to hide or needing to protect yourself from something, the yellow cat eyes, I immediately thought of I Dream of Jeannie in the bottle. Remember the magic of her eyes just appearing, right? So yellow is spirituality. Gold yellow is a high form of spirituality. It's a high form of intuitiveness or information. So the yellow eyes following could mean that he is protected, and that there are support watching him, keeping him safe from whatever it is that he's hiding from. And what is it? Why does he want to stay in the shadow rather than coming out into the light?
Why was he so fearful? I wonder. It was, it was a message that brought him some fear.
Yeah, because the fear followed him into the wake up. And, oftentimes you can wake up and go, boy, I feel like I need to go back to bed again because I don't feel like I got any sleep.
Right.
So, but if you wake up with the sense of fear, that's a really strong message about communication with your guides. When you remember it, that's the message. And it sounds like, so this is I think it's a message of comfort that says, we're with you, we're watching, you're okay. We've got to look out, come out of the shadow. Come out of the shadow. We got your back.
I think about this too. Third chakra is yellow.
Yes.
Gut issues.
Sacral.
Intuition. Yeah. The floating eyes. I would be scared too. It would be like, who's watching me? But maybe it's meant to say, watch your gut, or watch your Intuition? I don't know. I also think that he knows Lady Soul has his back, you know, so
Well,
it could
with
her.
soul and light and sun and
Correct.
yeah, same color.
Yep.
The fact that the eyes didn't actually do anything harmful, they
Uh-huh.
didn't. Their action was more still and floaty. So
Hmm.
you know that
That's true.
the spirit often is not grounded, is often not a stable. It's a
Hmm.
floaty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Follow
follow
your
your
gut.
gut. Yeah.
This is true too. Cats and dreams can have to do with a secret or hidden side. Yeah, they
Mhm.
can. Um,
I don't know that it was
Cats
actually a
are
cat.
mysterious.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
cat
Hmm.
eyes. So just the oval shape eye. Did he actually say it was a cat, or it was just the shape of the cat eye?
I think
Tiger's eye.
she's a dream that he was standing in the dark and had yellow cat eyes staring at him, and they were floating. Wow.
Interesting. It
Yeah.
would be very interesting if she could follow up with us and let us know, if something changed for
Yeah.
him, if something
Yeah.
shifted for him. I believe that the information coming is always supportive. That
I agree.
that is made to seem mysterious or so that you will remember in the morning. So
Definitely.
his guides and
Yeah.
angels are trying to get through. They haven't gotten through, so now they found a way to get through.
Yeah.
Wait, put
Yeah.
them in the dark and have us
Well,
see
there's
through.
something about being in the dark, and until we come out of the dark, we aren't enlightened, basically,
Right.
because there is no light. You can't see anything. So all he's seeing is these ominous eyes staring at him, and they look like they're floating. But if you turn the light on,
Yeah.
you'll see it's just a cat looking at you, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, I don't know about this happened to you, but like your mother wanted to hang up your coat on the curtain rod because it needed to drip dry or whatever it was, and then you go to bed and the wind brings in and it starts ghosting the coat and scares the crap out of you because you don't see the whole thing.
That's
So
right.
there's something in the dark, but the eyes have it, and I so declare it. No.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
have a black kitty, and her name is Wussy. And you guys know that I call her the Wussinator. But
Uh-huh.
at night, if she doesn't open her eyes, I cannot see her. I do not know that she's there
Uh-huh. Because she's
because
so
she
black.
just
Yeah.
blends into the darkness.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, warrior girl, I agree with you. Cats are mysterious or intuitive in, I think it's, who is it? The Queen of Wands has a black cat, I think, beside her in the card. Yeah.
Is it wands or yeah? I could look it up.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Wide open eyes and dreams can refer to excitement caused by a new undertaking.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
That's beautifully put too. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good.
It's like people used to say, I wonder what my destiny is. And I don't know who said it, but they were like, don't worry, destiny is going to come up behind you and kick you because it's your destiny.
Where are you being pushed? Yeah, where are you being pushed?
That's
Absolutely. Yeah.
you don't
When
need-
people ask the question, what's my purpose? What is it that you keep being pushed to? Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good indication. Yep. Absolutely. Hi, Linda. What do flower petals mean in dreams?
Oh, well, petals can often mean different things, Linda. I've heard him say that they are children, that they are children. Yeah, they are children from source. So they can be representative of angels. They can be representative as live children or interactions with younger souls, younger beings, younger pieces. Yeah. It depends on also what's happening to the petal. If you're finding the petals as you're walking along, it can also be a symbol from someone you love. So the type of flower. So if it's rose petals, then it may be, from someone that loves you, that wants you to know, hey, I'm here. I'm sending you a signal. I'm giving you a little sign that there are rose petals in front of you. My mother did that with my daughter. So granddaughter, yeah. When you see these petals, you'll know that I'm near.
Well, if you remember correctly, and most people have watched It's a Wonderful Life, remember Zuzu gets a flower from her teacher, and it just flakes off into petals. So she's crying because she's ruined her flower, but she still has the petals. And then at the very end, she pulls them out, and he says, "Look, Zuzu's petals. I'm back in the regular world again." So, I think sometimes these things in movies that we watch too are fascinating and bring us sort of come around because they're full of symbology as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, this is a good one too. Falling may represent a making way for a new year. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And so often we go with standard or intuitive hits on what we're getting, but the symbols are all yours. So within your own dreams, they are what you have created within your experience in your lifetime, in the movies that you watch, the books that you read, that all of that information is pieces and bits and pieces where angels and guides can go, oh, let's give her this, let's give her the Die Hard experience, and then how she wakes up in the morning. No, I'm kidding. But how we interpret what we see within them is really up to us to uncover. And then once we uncover that symbol, we'll always have that symbol as
what it means to us,
as the definition. Yes. Now, creating your own dream dictionary is super important.
So if you really all could imagine this, it's hard to imagine, but in the reading that I did with Hawkins, he said that there is no reality, that everything is just perception. So what Kate sees as her reality is her perception, what I do, what you do, everybody else. So when we say we can't figure out our dreams, it's this, we could almost still say the same thing about we can't figure out our reality, because we have ingrained bias, we have ingrained experience and education, all kinds of things that really shape the perceptions that we get. So that's why we are all unique. And it's very unique in the dream as well, because of your unique experience on the planet. So I think that's important to mention. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, Craig's got a dream here. 5 kids I didn't know last time. I didn't know them, but they were friendly. We were doing something. Milu told me it was about LA and everything would go fine. Oh, well, we know he's going to LA.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's going to go pay respects to Clara's grave and do a few other things. Yes. Yeah. So maybe that's why Milu knew for sure he was going there. But, the other thing it could be, Craig, is, 5 kids, those 5 kids and the types of people they are all aspects of you as well. Because whoever you dream about, whether it's a person or not, that it isn't you, we all have a connection to those as an aspect of ourselves. So I don't know, you said they were all friendly. So that sounds a lot, as what I know of you, that's what you are, all friendly.
That's what you would
you really are with everybody.
Right.
So, it could be that you were watching something together. Okay. Life unfold. You might have been watching life unfold, but wow, Craig. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Clara is Clara Bow, Anne. Yeah, she was an actress during the 30s. Yeah. I think late 20s, 30s. I'm not sure. I tried to find some movies with her in it because I just really wanted to see her in action. So I'm still looking. There is one, I believe. I might be able to see it over vacation. But yeah. It's hard enough for us to perceive what our own reality is. And that's another reason why when people say, oh, I want them to change, if they would only change, we have a hard enough time changing ourselves. So just the idea that we could change anybody else isn't really going to work if they're not wanting to do the change. So, whether that be in a sleeping state, or a semi-conscious state, or a real state, it's very possible. Yeah, she's the silent film star. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right. No, she's like Clara Bow. Sorry.
She was probably one of the first American sweethearts, in the film industry, right? I think she even had a nickname, something similar to that. And just a lovely personality. Like the fact that they're connected is is so beautiful. Um, and I wouldn't doubt it if they had been together in many lifetimes. Just
Yeah.
as when we recognize that feeling of comfortable, like, wow, this is so easy. The laughter is easy, the conversation's easy. There's a
Mhm.
sense of comfort that comes in a relationship. To me, that is a huge indicator that that soul recognizes the vibrational
Mm.
energy coming from spirit that says,
Mhm.
oh, I know that vibration. I've been with that vibration before. And that's
Mm.
why there's harmony there. That's why it
Definitely.
harmonizes, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
it works together because
It
it's known.
does.
And oftentimes in regular life, we want to push something to go a specific direction because our heart longs for the person, the job, the experience, because we've already had those things to know that what those things can bring, and that might not be part of the journey. And so
Right.
the struggle develops when we think of our lives in lack rather than in abundance. So
Mhm.
instead of thinking in what's missing, think about what is absolutely there and available for you to explore. And that's where the communication comes in to ease and help and
Right.
guide, so
Mhm.
that you can have peace of mind that, oh yeah, I remembered the crown a few lifetimes ago, and the velvet robe, and hello,
Yeah.
bow down. And yeah, there were parts of it that were really, really great, but
Uh-huh.
there were also parts of it that I finished that in my soul's journey. So now I need to come be the pauper, or now I need to come be the magician, or now I need, all those different types of roles that we can have. Be who you are, love who you are,
Mhm.
and experience the most that you can through the dream confirmation. It's a really exciting kind of acceptance and communication and exploration. So,
Absolutely.
anybody else have something that we need to look at in the chat?
I don't see anything. Craig recommends a couple movies if you are interested in Clarabout, so check it out.
Okay.
Um, and we're almost done here. We only have a few more minutes left, but
Right.
I just want to wish everybody here a Merry, Merry Christmas. And if you let us know, the other thing about dreams is it's like trying to all of a sudden say, I'm spiritual, now I want to be enlightened. It just doesn't happen that quickly sometimes.
Very
And
good
we
point.
all do dream, but we all don't remember them at times. But if
Right.
something that you do remember, then that's very, very important dream for you. It's
Yes.
what you need to ask about. So
Yes.
yes.
Absolutely
Happy
agree.
holidays, everybody.
Yes. Everyone have a wonderful time.
Be safe out there.
Not
Definitely.
celebrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it
Yeah.
snow.
Let it snow. Be safe traveling, everybody, too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Take
Have a
care.
great
Thank
day.
you, Allie. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.